Hi everybody, it's Heather. Welcome back to my channel. Today is going to be a very special yoga flow where we're going to be incorporating all the elements in one flow. So usually I spread them out, but today I thought we would go through all of them, starting from earth, then through to water, fire and air. You can expect in this class a lot of peak poses as well as some yin. So I would say that this class is more intermediate, but if you are a beginner, come and join in because I will show you some modifications. So when you're ready, we'll begin on our mat. We're starting off in the earth element on the ground and we'll begin in seed pose. So big toes are together, your legs are close, your arms are coming beside you and your forehead is going to touch the mat. And this is just a moment for you to connect and get into the present moment. You could also imagine yourself like a seed underneath the earth, as this is the first element that we're working with. Earth makes us feel grounded, it teaches us resilience, and also encourages us to grow. Slowly roll your head up from the seed pose and we'll move into tabletop pose. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We'll take a few rounds of cat and cow. Inhale, drop your belly, look up. Exhale, round the spine, bringing your chin to chest. 2 more times. Inhale, look up, shoulders back. Exhale and round, feeling into your spine, your body, the earth, the surface beneath you, beneath your knees and hands, and back to neutral spine. And we'll move into a downward facing dog. So push into all of your fingers and really, feel the earth and push back into your heels and lift your body up into downward facing dog. Your heels are pressing in towards the earth, your shoulders away from your ears. You're bringing your head closer to your legs. If your heels are not touching the mat, that's fine. You can keep a bend in your knees as well. On your next inhale, bring your right foot to the top of the mat in between your hands. And we're gonna go straight away into a high lunge. Like I said, this is quite a dynamic class. So push into your heels, engage your core, and lift both arms up straight to the sky. Really push into that heel, connect it into the earth. And push into the heel and lift your left knee up. And we're going to move straight away into our first peak pose, which is tree pose. So from where you are, you can place your left foot on the shin or the inner thigh. You can bring your hands into prayer position at your heart, hands on your hips, or reach both arms up overhead. If you're struggling with your balance, you can hold on to something. A tree is strong, but it's not still. So we're not aiming for complete stillness in this pose. If you shake and wobble, so does a tree in the wind. You're reaching your branches up through your fingertips. And wherever you are, release that leg. You might want to just shake your legs out. And we'll move straight away into high lunge on the second side. Bring the right foot behind you, so you've got a bend in your left knee. Both arms can reach up, pushing into the left heel. Got some beautiful nature earth sounds around us. Feeling very connected to nature right now and all the elements. And same thing again, push into the left heel to lift your right knee up and straight away going into tree pose on this side. Again, you can balance the foot on the shin, the inner thigh, but not the knee. Okay, we need to protect the knee joint. Again, hands can come in prayer position at the heart, on the hips, or you can reach your branches upwards to the sky, core engaged, push down through the left heel. Shaking is normal. You might also find one side is shakier than the other. We're not completely symmetrical, and that's a beautiful thing. Everything around me now in this garden is not completely perfect. These flowers in front of me are not all the same size. So embrace your differences and your weaknesses too. And release the leg. And we will come back into downward facing dog. You can get there through a flow. So your arms will reach up overhead, gathering this beautiful energy. And slowly roll down. You can keep your knees bent or straight. Inhale halfway, lift hands at the shins, spine straight. I can step back into downward facing dog. Now you might be wondering why I said flow. Well, we are moving into the water element now, and we will start here in this downward facing dog. What you're going to do is shift forward into plank pose, core engaged. And you'll bend your knees and push back into downward facing dog again. We'll do that 3 times. Just like you are water, gliding. You'll come forward into plank and glide back into downward facing dog one more time. Moving like water. And as well as peak poses, I did promise I'd incorporate some yin. So on your next inhale, bring the right foot to the top of the mat for a pigeon pose. So you'll bring the leg down and your left knee can come to the earth. Because water is actually connected to the sacral chakra, which is located around here, and it's also connected to the hips, which is why it's good to open the hips to allow that movement and flow. From pigeon pose, you can stay up on your fingertips, or you can come down onto your forearms. The aim is just to feel a bit of a stretch in the right glute. If there's any pain, it just means you've gone too far. And just connect to water for a moment and think about the lessons it can teach us to keep going with the flow, to allow movement into our lives. Not everything that we want comes at the perfect time. Sometimes life throws things our way, and if we can learn to be like water and adapt. Water's happy in whatever container you put it. It'll find a way to be there. It can also be adaptable and mutable, just like water. And with that in mind, we'll push up back into downward facing dog. Push into your heels. You might want to pedal the feet out, and we'll switch straight away. Second side, left leg comes to the top of the mat, your right knee comes down. Again, you can stay on your fingertips, just have a little bit of a stretch here. If that feels good, stay here. But if you'd like to increase the stretch, you can come down onto your forearms. Water is actually essential for human life. Without water for 24 hours, the human body would die. And I think that's a fascinating thing. Like, water is life force energy. You can slowly push up, and we'll move back into downward facing dog and just release the hips, pedal out the feet. And as we say goodbye to water, we'll move into the fire element. Bend your knees, and we're gonna hop to the top of the mat, really creating some energy, and jump straight to the top of the mat. And we're gonna lift up our arms to the sky. And from here, sink low into chair pose. Core engaged. This is just a transition. We'll be coming all the way down into boat hold. So land on your booty and lift your legs up. Palms facing up to receive. And we'll just hold here, engage the core, let it shake. The core is the fire element. It's the home of our passions, our desires. It also governs our ability to take action and self-esteem, which is the solar plexus located right here, the color yellow, just like the sun. Bring your hands together and we will move into, it's not traditional yoga, it's more Pilates, but into a Russian twist. So bring your hands to one side, still the core engaged, and move over to the other side. So right to left, engage the core, and you'll really start to feel the whole of the core activate, the fire burning away all of those limiting beliefs. Fire teaches us to transform. And release, bring your feet back down to the mat, and we will roll on our spine. Just do some rolls here. We're gonna come up into a plank, so just find a way to get there. Woo, you can do it dynamically like that, have a bit of fun, but wherever you are, find yourself in a high plank. Again, core engaged. We'll come down onto our forearms for low plank. Again, core still engaged, allowing that fire to burn and activate. And release your hips to the mat for Sphinx Pose. Push your shoulders back, lift your chest and your heart, and just take a moment here to catch your breath, to relax. And release Sphinx Pose, push up into downward facing dog. And take a deep breath in, exhale out your mouth. We've blown out the flame and we'll move into the earth element. So you want to step your right foot to the top of the mat, very quick transition here, and lift up, again into high lunge. But this time, lift the left leg up and we're going to move into eagle pose. So you can begin to wrap the left leg around the right once or twice, hook the foot over the shin. Your arms will come out into a T position and you'll wrap your left arm underneath the right once or twice. So the palms might be back to back, or you might have your hands in like a prayer position, and push the arms away. You'll feel a deep stretch in your shoulders, and then from here engage the core and sink low. So all the elements have really helped us here. We've got the stability in our feet, the strength in our core, and just like an eagle, it's a beautiful bird representative of the earth element. Right now, if you're like, oh my goodness, girl, what are you doing? I can't do that. Release the legs and keep your arms as they are and sink low into chair pose, just like we did before. We're about to sit on a chair, but keep the eagle arms. Alternatively, if it's not the legs that are causing your problem, but the arms, hands on the hips. And earth teaches us to be free. It is our thoughts, our imagination, our creativity, our listening and communication. and release, eagle pose. You might want to shake your legs out. And of course, we'll take a flow like we're ready to fly. Inhale, arms reach up. You can even hear a plane as well. Now, as humans, come down, forward fold. Found a way to fly because we know it's so powerful. It makes us feel so free. Inhale, halfway lift, spine straight, step back into downward facing dog. And we'll repeat on the second side. Left leg to the top of the mat, engage the core. High lunge, arms reach up, very quick transition, push into the left heel. Right foot reaches up, and again, start to wrap it around once or twice for eagle pose. Arms come out in that T. Your right arm wraps underneath the left once or twice. And again, once you've got the position and you feel stable, sink low into your hips. Core engaged. And if you fall out or you're shaking, that's fine. I can feel the wind right now. Thank you, wind, for showing us that. Wind blows away, big trees. Air can be so powerful if we think about it in nature. And so if you do fall over or fall out this pose, embrace that, embrace the wind. Earth teaches us to keep moving, to expand our horizons, to blow away anything that no longer serves us. And slowly come out of eagle pose and release your arms. Wherever you are, I'd like you to imagine yourself like an eagle, like you have the wind and wings as we take this final flow. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, spine straight, your wings are spreading. Step back into downward facing dog. Amazing. Take a deep breath in of the air around you. Exhale out your mouth. Say thank you for air as we release it. And slowly come down onto your knees, and we'll finish sort of where we started in a child's pose. A bit different from seat, so your arms are reaching up, forehead to the mat, big toes touch, hips apart. And as we connect back to the earth, we sort of end where we started, exploring all the different elements and what they can teach us. Perhaps you need some more than others right now in your life. Some days you'll need a little bit more fire to get that action done. And some days you'll need some water to flow with life, to not hold on so tight to things that aren't working out. Nature teaches us everything we need to know. Push into your hands, feel the earth slowly move out as we move into Shavasana. So come to take a seat and lie all the way down on your mat. Your feet and your legs and arms are taking up space, which is actually another element. Ether, space, it's the fifth element. And right here, we're taking up our space on this planet. We belong here, we were meant to be here. Every single one of us, even flies and bacteria, mosquitoes, we are all meant to be here. Even you. So relax the muscles in your face and your shoulders, melting into the earth beneath you and your hips and legs. Just allow this softness. Give yourself permission to let go. Begin to deepen your breath. And bring some life back into your fingers and toes. Wriggle them. You can move your head gently from side to side. Bend both knees and move onto one side of the mat. And just pause here. Feel your hand underneath the earth. Feel that support of the universe. Push into your hand and come up to take a seat on the mat. And we will gather everything we've learned on the mat today by reaching our arms out, palms facing up to receive. Let's gather this energy, both arms lifting up to meet in a prayer position, connection to the divine, connection to something bigger than us. Bring our hands to our heart. Take a deep breath in and exhale. We bow forward to the elements and what they can teach us. Thank you. Namaste. Thank you for your time and for practicing with me. I really enjoyed that practice, and I think I really needed that to come out of the technological world that we live in and to connect. Of course, it's easy for me because I'm here in the garden, but sometimes we need to switch off to come back to Earth, which has been here since the beginning of time, before the Wi-Fi, before the television. This was here for us to teach us everything we need to know. So sometimes before you feel tempted to go to Google and find an answer, you probably have the answer. Actually, you do have the answer already inside you. And sometimes you can look to nature to find that as well. Thank you for practicing with me. Please do give this video a thumbs up and subscribe as well to help support my channel. And if you have any thing you'd like to see on my channel, different yoga. I also do emotional freedom technique, which is EFT tapping, which is great for clearing up any stress and anxiety and limiting beliefs. And there's also lots of other things on my channel to help you connect to you. So have a beautiful day, and I will see you in another video. Bye for now.